Hello, my people of YouTube. It is Great Cardition, and today we will be talking about some upcoming event that I'm actually excited and a little bit upset about. And I don't see many people actually making videos about this or regarding this topic in general, which we will get into. And it's Yuna Grand Summoner promo card. So we're just gonna read this. I'm pretty sure if you guys have been following the TCG, or if you're like into Magic the Gathering, this has been one of the most sought out after promos. This year, Final Fantasy released a collab with Magic the Gathering, and it's been thus far one of their best sets, most popular. And yeah, so it's a card that you get by participating in this event. As we continue to celebrate the fun of Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy, you can bring the party to your local game store with the Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Holiday Commander Box League events. Participating WPN game stores will be running special Magic the Gathering Final Fantasy Holiday Commander Box League events where you build a commander deck from the contents of the whole booster box, essentially. So you buy a booster box, you make your commander deck out of it, and bam. For participating in this event, because the booster boxes ain't cheap. They're like, I think right now they're around 140 to 160. They might have dropped a little bit after the hype, or because of the recent Avatar, and everyone just has FOMO over Avatar: The Last Airbender. So we're also conjuring the keepsake, which is this card over here for participants of this Holiday Commander Box League. You'll receive a traditional full Yuna Grand Summoner promo card featuring artwork from Miki, and it's this is the card that you're gonna get if you participate in this event. Now, they're doing this promo just to help out local game stores, just to help them push booster boxes, to incentivize people to just buy a whole booster box, and just that's essentially what it's made for. Now the problem comes, I'm in the tri-state area, so like New York, New Jersey, etc., and a lot of the game stores I've contacted or have talked to are actually having a problem allocating this card, that there won't be enough for the event. Whether this is true or not, who knows? Just participating in other events, I'm pretty confident that Magic the Gathering does recognize how many participants or people will be attending a game store, so there shouldn't be a shortage of this card, essentially. The problem comes, well, that is one of the first problems. The second problem is some stores don't have a huge allocation of the booster boxes for Final Fantasy. And three, backdoor purchasing. Now, very unethical. The whole point of the matter is, I don't want to see a store selling this card, essentially, because this card should be like hosted at an event by participating in the event. So the fact that there isn't enough of these cards, and then like stores are trying to like figure out what to do with this scenario. Now, this is also like, I don't know. I just feel like, I mean, me personally, luckily, I'm in good states where I could actually participate in an event, and buying a commander box isn't like crazy to me. Now the problem is the allocation of this card. So it's gonna be a pain in the ass to get. Some stores are hosting a tournament, and top placing gets the card, which, alright, cool. But I mean, if you're not really good, or if you're a fan of Final Fantasy and you just start playing, like, it's kind of like, it seems a little bit like a daunting task to participate in trying to win a card. It's very sad that this is where we are because of just the whole influx of just scalpers, secondhand markets, which is probably why there is a shortage of these cards, because it's not necessarily the company's fault for not printing enough. It's more the distribution. The distribution has been a huge problem this whole year with allocation and just getting stores the appropriate amount of just trading cards. And then we, the consumers, are the ones that are actually being punished, because if our local store doesn't have it, then we go to the second market, and then like we're getting taxed, and it is what it is. It is the game, but what isn't fair is that distribution does sometimes put some aside and do some, some of their own deals, and this puts a lot of the local game stores in a predicament, because then they're also like, they have to raise their prices, and it affects everyone. And I think the biggest problem that comes from this is probably the backdoor sales. You know, I know a lot of people. I think recently there's been like a little bit of a dilemma with One Piece. Their recent set, they released a promo card for their, I think, 3-year anniversary. And after you buy like a booster box, you're supposed to give this pack to the person who bought the booster box, and they have a chance to pull some fancy Luffy. So it's not only just Magic the Gathering, but the problem is when some people don't know how to, do that, or they either are like, they're not aware of how to give out the prizes, because the One Piece TCG does give out prizes. A lot of these TCG give out promo packs, single promos like this, like the you're seeing on screen right now, and then they're supposed to be given out under certain circumstances. Either you buy a certain product, you participate in a certain event, etc., etc. Now the problem is when people aren't fully doing that and are also, well, I can't blame the store, because stores trying to live, especially in this economy. But it all trickles down from just people all the way, like, getting their hands first, and then distributing whatever they see fit, and then also they're obviously filling up their pockets, and then consumers get screwed, and then et cetera, et cetera. So it is a very messed up trickle effect, and it's been happening all year with different TCGs. Pokemon is been astronomically affected by this, and it's just, at what point do we say like this is enough? Like, it used to be kind of fun participating in events like this, because that, like, okay, I just show up, I'm gonna, like, get this, and you're supporting the store by participating in the event, buying either the pre-release, buying the draft packs, or I think in Pokemon they had the equivalent of buying the what was it called, the little bundle of like 5 or 6 packs, and then making a deck that way. So like throughout all the TCGs, it's just been getting like way worse, because allocation hasn't been fulfilled, and there's no way distribution isn't getting their order. It's just, where is it going? And I feel like as consumers, we deserve that transparency. Where's all this going? Because also, as a connoisseur of, like, just loving to support the TCG, I do go to card shows and stuff, and it's a little bit disheartening when you see like boxes of product, right? And then you see like just like glasses of full promos, and it's kind of like, where are you guys getting this? Because they're not stores, they're just like average Joes, just selling the stuff, and whether they bought it, who knows, whatever. Like, it's a little bit upsetting sometimes, because you have to go to card shows, and you have to negotiate, and then you have to find the right vendor, and then you have to worry about actually getting scammed, because now I think with the Chinese stuff in the Pokemon TCG, there's been an abundance of just fake booster boxes and people not knowing. So like there's just been so much going on in the community that it's getting way out of hand. So I don't know, I guess I just wanted to get this thought out there, because it's been on my mind for a while. I just haven't had the chance to sit down and like record something about it. And I see some people talking about it, but like we got to be honest with ourselves. Like, isn't it a little strange that like the store you go to a lot can't get all these like booster boxes, these pre-release kits, these Pokemon boxes, the ETBs. Like, they can get it, but if you go to a card show, there's like a shitload of people with like boxes and boxes of these, and they're not even getting bought out because they're so expensive. They're like 100 a pop plus. That's crazy. Like, especially with ETBs. ETBs used to be like 35, 40, right? And now they're just like 120, breaking like, like easily. And then on top of that, then like you have all these like promos that you should be getting at events, these promo packs, and then there's an abundance of them being sold. Can we just stop the backdoor sales? I know the money is good, but like at some point, like it's gonna pop, and then what? Go back to sneakers. Who you damn scalpers, or go back to Labubus. But it's even with Labubus too. Actually, with Labubus, like with everything now, everything that like people want that gets hyped just gets bought out. I remember when there was like a Labubu epidemic, I would also go to card shows and I would see the Labubus like boxes and boxes. And it's like, well, like people are going to buy it because there's a scarcity of it. So who's at fault here? The consumer, the people scalping, the distributors, or is it the money? Is the money the root of all this evil? And I guess we will never know, but I'm very sad that hopefully I could get my hand on this Yuna Grand Summoner. Hopefully there's some, like, that I get bestowed with good news that a store is holding this event the way it's supposed to, or something similar, because also just, competing against it, like, oh my God, it's such a sweaty thing. It's not impossible, but it's a pain in the ass making yourself, making you work for this that is supposed to be meant to just be given to participants. And then like a few days later, that same store's TCG is going to be posting it for like, 10 copies, 20 copies for like 100 plus. And it's like, listen, let's just start doing some honest, distribution. Like, I know it's hard, especially in this economy, but who knows if it's gonna get any better. But I feel that the best thing to do is to just not partake in FOMO. I think that's another big thing is people are so locked into what's new, what's next, that they're just they're just gonna run straight to the new product, buy it at whatever price it's at, and then like a month later, 2 months later, the prices drop. And I mean, if you don't really care about the value of your product, I mean, just think of it this way. It's like you're buying a car, and then like a month later, like a wheel falls off or something, like it loses value. Like, it should just be sold at what it's meant to be sold and just play it, or collect it, or, put it on your desk and just stare at it. Who knows? But it shouldn't be like a constant stream of revenue to people that are just exploiting you. So stop participating in FOMO. That's essentially it. Yeah, that's my thoughts. If you have any ideas of what's going on, or if you think I'm wrong in some aspects, just leave it in the comment. Start a discussion about this. Talk about it amongst your peers at the game stores. What is going on? Like, look at your bank account. Like, can you afford to be, participating in every drop that gets released? Is that even like financially like wise to do? Who knows? But what I'm saying is, like, let's start talking about this, because it's getting out of hand. And if it keeps getting out of hand, there's no coming back, and it's just going to keep happening. And at what point do we draw the line as people that do enjoy our TCG games? It is what it is. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and take care.